Hello everyone and welcome to Operation Persian Freedom, where we're now on Mission 2, The Beginning. And as the name implies, things are starting to kick off here. This is day one of the major offensive to topple the Iranian regime. This one, we are trying to really do a huge amount of damage to the enemy air defense capability. This is a massive attack, multiple aircraft of all different types are going in to dismantle the enemy IAD system. Our particular two ships operation here is to hit a small island just east of Syria Island known as Abu Musa. Our targets here are a SA-15 Tor defense site that is there that we are aiming to take out, as well as a pair of MiG-21s that have been spotted on the airfield currently undergoing maintenance, so they should still be on the ground when we get there. Otherwise, we're just to linger in the area and deal with any other potential threats as and when they pop up. Other flights in the wing are going after the remaining islands in the area, including a force ship going in to take out an SA-6 site on Syria Island itself. And as I mentioned, there are just a huge number of aircraft in the air. So let's jump in and see how day one of the campaign goes.
Gunman flight pushed waypoint 2, Angels 15. Switch VHF AM to Overlord. Overlord, gunman in play.
Copy, gunman. Proceed as frag. Picture is clean.
Gunman 1-1, copy Overlord.
So, Steve, did you find the target range okay in your last flight?
Yeah, the nav systems on this aircraft are something else. And this airplane is a hell of a weapons delivery platform as well.
You've got that right. You know, I used to fly the Alpha model. It's amazing the difference the avionics upgrades make to how accurate we can be. And we used to be pretty darn accurate in that. Hey, boss, you remember how we used to use the map as a fur before we had the lightning pod?
Christ, Mono, I really do.
I don't miss that one bit. It's amazing we used to hit anything. Well, Steve, I certainly think you looked out getting a Hawk Squadron for your assignment. I, for one, like when awarded titanium bathtub. This plane can take a lot of punishment and still limp home. When it comes to combat, the the place to be.
Lead, can we review the threats we're facing again? Copy 2-1. Family is protected by an SA-6 AM system. My flight will deal with this. Gunman 2 and 3 will bypass it on the way to your targets.
Dave, you still think you're crazy going head on with an SA-6 without proper CAD?
That's why we're going in low. We'll handle it. 2-1, your target is protected by an SA-15. This is a very dangerous system if you get close to it. Good news is very limited in range. Max engagement range of the Gauntlet is about the same as that of a Maverick, so I would advise a stand-up attack. Limited missile range also means a lower engagement ceiling. We believe it's somewhere in the Angels 20 to 25 range. You might be able to go in high and drop a TP on it as well.
Sailing duck though if you get it wrong.
I would also expect man-pads in the area as well. Remember, these are limited to very short range and a max ceiling of around Angels 12, so stay high if you overfly the island. If you must get low, then keep dumping flares. I recommend you set a CMS program to do this for you. 2-1, copy.
And we get our 2-minute warning.
This is Overlord calling Nevada.
And then finally the go code.
This is Overlord, Florida. Say again, Florida. All flights proceed as fragged. Picture remains clean.
Gunman flight, continue on. Check in at waypoint 4. Approaching waypoint 4. I'm taking my flight down at sea level. Proceed on your flight plans to the targets as fragged. Clear your track through whiplash before proceeding.
Take a moment here to start fencing in.
Copy, lead.
2-1, copy. Good luck, Gunman 2. See you back at the Big D. Whiplash, Gunman 1-1 inbound on Fenway. Copy, Gunman 1-1. Continue on mission. Gunman 1-1.
Can't do much other than fly and watch as Gunman 1-1 goes in with his 4th ship into the SA-6 site at Syria.
Sound watch. Gunman 1 defending.
Gunman 3 in on rig.
Copy, Gunman 3, you are cleared to proceed.
And while I'm still heading in, get other random comms from the other flights in the general area.
Overlord, Miami SC-10 is down.
Eastern sector sounds are down. Seattle, begin your sweep.
Whiplash, this is Gunman 2-1 inbound on Yankee.
So here I am approaching my IP, so just checking in with Whiplash.
Copy, Gunman 2-1, you are cleared to continue unplanned strike. We have a UAV monitoring the target and the tourist still in its brief location. Those MiGs also have support vehicles around them and looks like they're still out of play. However, we have eyes on 2 troop-mounted Zeuses, one on the east of the island and a second just north of the runway center.
Copy Whiplash, 2 AAA threats eastern center of the island.
I'm just pushing a little bit ahead to get around this cloud that's in the way of my approach.
Contact us once your attack is completed. JTAC may have something more for you.
Whiplash, Gunman 1-1, solid kill on Fenway. Solid kill Fenway.
Copy, Gunman 1-1, Fenway down.
Here, just past the cloud, so begin searching for the SA-15. There are some vehicles active, so I just start checking them out, looking for the SA-15.
That's odd. The SA-15 doesn't appear to be active.
So I reject the first group, doesn't seem anything, but then here I spot something that could well be an inactive SA-15.
First pass took down 4 targets, but we're still got intake launches down there. We've got a position for a re-attack.
This is Gunman 3-1. Ricky came up dry nothing here. 3-2 has developed an aircraft issue, so we're RTB.
This is Gunman 1, taking heavy AAA over the target. We're bugging out.
While the others do their thing, I turn into this target and just try and get close enough so I can start to lock it with the Maverick. Once I am close enough, after a couple of attempts, I do manage to get the lock and so rifle away. And then since this is a Maverick that I've launched, I don't need to remain on target, so I just turn away, keeping well out of range in case the 15 decides to come online. I temporarily lose sight of the target on TGP just because I turned for the plane to be in the way, but I turn back just in time to see the missile hit home. That is SA-15 down. With the 15 down, the next target is the 2 parked and repairing MiG-21 fish beds that are just sitting around. And since the SA-15 is down, I should be nice and safe, so I just get the targeting pod on one of them and decide to go for a laser-guided bomb. I've got a pair of laser-guided bombs here. Seems like a good option. I can stick high altitude. I have seen man pads on the ground, so I don't want to go low altitude, but this means I can just stay high, drop a bomb nice and safely. With the target designated, just a case of letting the bomb line fall down the pipper, then bombs away, and then I just auto start lasing and just try and make sure TGP maintains line of sight while I try and put some distance between me and the target.
Whiplash, this is Condor 3. Go ahead, Condor 3. Well, Hip is on the move again. Eastern LZ heading back to sea.
And nice shack, 21 down.
Copy, Condor 3. Thanks for the update. Gunman 2-1, did you copy Condor 3's last?
I'll give myself some distance while the voice comms continue back and forth.
Iranians have a cargo ship offshore. They're ferrying supplies into the airfield as we speak. Ignore them for now. Gunman 2-1 will deal with them soon enough.
So I give myself enough distance, then come back in, target the second 21, and turn back in. Still got another laser guided bomb, so decide that I'm going to use that. Slight difficulty is from this angle. Once I overfly the target, there is going to be cloud cover on the far side. There is a little bit of a gap, so I decide that what I'm going to do is go in and turn right slightly to try and laze through the gap in the clouds. Either way, I wait for the Pipper to drop down, bombs away, and then turn slightly right, trying to maintain that lasing as I continue on. And do indeed manage to maintain the laser contact with the target until direct shack. So that's all primary targets taken out, but we do have some news coming in there of the secondary targets that we can go for.
Whiplash, Gunman 2-1, attack complete.
Copy, Gunman 2-1, stand by for BDA. Gunman 2-1, target's destroyed. Neither the towers or fish beds will be a threat anymore. Gunman 2-1, we've been observing the Iranians are constructing an EWR site on the airfield. What do you say to pulling it out of action?
Copy, Whiplash. I say let's bring the pain.
Okay then, Gunman 2-1, stand by for further instructions. Gunman 2-1, before we get to the radar, I need you to pull back to the south of the island, Angels 12.
Now I'm already at south at this point, so I just hold position.
You're going to see some fireworks to the northeast of the island. The Navy is taking care of that ship.
By the time I properly spot the ship they're talking about, the Navy has already hit it.
Whoa, we got big secondaries on that ship. She must have been packed full of ammo.
Gunman 2-1, let's deal with that radar and then get you out of there. Now I'm going to patch you off to Condor 3. They will talk you onto the target. Condor is on VHF FM 30.7. Make contact, engage the target. Whiplash out.
So I flip over to the other channel, and then it's our turn to go in.
Gunman 2-1 to Condor 3, we're ready to engage that radar site.
Now Condor does talk me onto the target visually with the targeting pod. The audio didn't come out great from Condor's audio, so I just skipped over it here. But here we are, eyes on the target.
Tally target.
However, even though I've got eyes on the target, I decide that I'm not going in myself. I am down to laser rockets and the laser Maverick. Problem with both is I'd have to keep the lasing solution on, and they're relatively short range, and we have been warned about multiple AAA on the site, and more importantly there are multiple manpads dotted around. So I don't really feel like going in that close, so I decide, you know what, I'm just going to let my wingman go in. He's got a completely fresh load. He should be able to take this out nice and easily with a Maverick, so give him the go-ahead.
Southeast of the target, so avoid overflying the target and egress on 045.
Now this campaign does use a custom wingman ordering system that is supposed to be a little better in general than the default DCS one. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you the option to choose what weapon to tell your wingman to use, and so my wingman decides that he's going to go for a laser guided bomb, so ends up overflying the target anyway. But hey ho, he still gets it on target, and
Condor 3, attack complete.
we get a nice shack there. All targets destroyed. And there's nothing really else to do other than to start RTBing.
Good work, Gunman 2-1. Your work here is done. Handing you back to Whiplash.
Whiplash, Gunman 2-1 is RTB at this time.
Copy, Gunman 2-1, good work. You are clear to depart. Switch back to Overlord.
Overlord, Gunman 2-1 egressing Yankee and heading home.
Overlord copies Gunman 2-1.
Gunman 1-1, Gunman 2-1, report status. Gunman 2-1 is RTB at this time. All primary targets destroyed, and we also bagged a new radar site before it went active. Outstanding work, Gunman 2-1. Gunman 2-1, Darkstar is tracking a pair of bandits attempting to slip across the streets. Call is moving to intercept. Shouldn't pose a threat here, but be prepared to react if the situation changes. Switch to monitor Darkstar on 141.8.
And despite that slightly worrying call-out, nothing really appears of it. We are certainly tracked by these, but they get intercepted before we go, and we nicely make it back in one piece. So yeah, that was a nice successful little start to the campaign proper. Nice little mix of targets there, nothing too challenging. The air defense wasn't really active, but certainly interesting, good way to sort of break the player in, get them used to things. It's nice getting used to the controls in the A-10 again. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and if you did, please consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, all really does help the channel, and otherwise I hope to catch you in the next video. Until then, remember to be kind to yourselves and everyone else. Cheers.